Welcome back to another episode of Bring It On, and for today's we got cereal. Now for this challenge I had to unfortunately split it up a little bit. I don't know that I could get all 4 boxes in one sitting. I was trying to figure out what to do with this box of cereal that only costed about $8 at Sam's Club. I've actually had it before, it was delicious. So if you're looking to take on a cereal challenge, this is one example of how to use the clock in a couple different ways, whether it's, you want to use a spoon or use your hands, it doesn't matter. Now, unfortunately, I didn't have a chance to get the 4th box of cereal in the same day. It just got too busy. There was too many things going on, and that stuff happens when you're doing these things. So that's why I like to generally do them in one sitting. But this is one I just want to have some fun with it, experiment around. And so it's not a perfect challenge. I could call it a fail, but it's also kind of interesting. It's a little bit different, and decided that I would use the clock as kind of the challenge point for this one. So if you're looking to take on a cereal challenge, this one's going to be a little bit painful. There's going to be 3 rounds of absolute pain, and I decided to take on the last box of Count Chocula in peace and harmony and with milk. Now for my breakfast, my very first meal, I happened to try this Caramella Creeper cereal, which has got 6 servings of 160 calories each, or about 1,000 calories for this box. What I ended up doing is timing it and seeing how fast I could get just the dry cereal down with a spoon. So no use of the hands, just using a big spoon and going as fast as possible. And you'll notice that this is very painful, especially without any fluids for this one. I had a coffee ready for after I was done. What I did not expect is how much carnage would get done to the top of my mouth. And I've had other challenges where the food's a little bit scratchy, a little bit crunchy, and it does a little bit of damage. And so I had to deal with that first thing. So after I finished this first cereal, number 1, I had actually picked this cereal first because I've had it before and it's my least favorite of the 4. If you'll notice too, is something I didn't like about this box from Sam's Club is that it has the cartoons on there. And I don't know if you remember as a kid, but going through each of these and kind of reading them as you're eating cereal, and they all have the same exact one, so they didn't do a new cartoon on each of the boxes. So I found that a little disappointing, but it was interesting to think back. I don't know if you remember being a kid and reading these, all the little puzzles and different things they used to have on cereal boxes. Normally I'm just eating is just about getting it down, not having fun in the process. So as I eat my Count Chocula, I'm going to be looking at just the boxes. So here for the Frankenberry, this is probably my second least favorite. It's all right. I mean, I'm gonna be honest, they're all really good for me. I love sugar, and I love cereal, so it happens to be one of my favorite things. It's in my top list of top 10 of favorite foods is cereal, just because it's convenient. I've just eaten it since I was a kid. And doesn't mean when you're dieting that you can't have this stuff. What I ended up doing for this round is actually using the least amount of fluid and going as fast as I could. So the more milk or silk or whatever you want to put in, kind of the goal is to just, you're going to have more fluids if you use more fluids. So the strategy in this one was to use as little as fluids as I needed to get the cereal down as fast as I could, as opposed to it dry. So if you take on this round trying to get a box of cereal down as fast as possible with just a spoon, then this is going to be an interesting one for you. My time wasn't too bad. It was under 10 minutes, but overall, this is one that, hey, if you're in a rush to get a cereal down and starting the timer, you can't cheat on this one by getting it soggy first. So that's one of the things about cereal, right, is when it gets soggy. So you can use more fluids to try and do that. I don't know, I just took an approach. I was kind of making it up as I went because we started getting busy when I was trying to get this stuff done. Blueberry, so this is another 1,000 calories. So this is getting us to about the 3,000 calories of cereal, about midday for lunch. And so something about this one, it has kind of a blueberry taste. I actually do really like it. I like it more than the other ones, but with this one I took on a different approach. I did the, hey, hands and no spoon. So this one turned out to be really interesting because I was trying to go as fast as I could and use my teeth to chew instead of the roof of my mouth to kind of swallow everything down quickly, because it was already carnage from the first 2. So here I am, midday already with my mouth on fire, you know, the roof is pretty scratched up. So I just used my teeth to chew pretty much every one, but take little handfuls, just small little pecks at it. So you can use handfuls if you want, you can crunch it if you want. To me, I decided I kind of wanted to enjoy it a little bit, but it took quite a bit of time for this. So we're gonna have to play this one at a pretty quick speed just to get through it, to show you, hey, if you just sit there and kind of peck, kind of like popcorn, you can make this go a long way. So cereal, a lot of people aren't gonna have it in a diet, but that's the kind of funny thing, is if you just eat these one, you know, like one popcorn at a time, this would take you well over an hour to get 1,000 calories down, which to me, if you're just sitting on the couch, isn't that bad compared to that could be just a few candy bars or, you know, a couple cheeseburgers and fries. I mean, the calories go fast, you know, when you're trying to diet and eating convenient foods. But cereal, kind of funnily enough, you'll get kind of tired of it, and that's kind of the point, is to shut off hunger. So when you're dieting, this is something I would still have. It just depends on what my goal is. If I'm trying to get lean, then I'm gonna probably, like I said, stretch it out. If I'm trying to bulk or get calories in, I'm gonna want to get it down as fast as possible. Now here for the final round, be having some Count Chocula. This is my #1 favorite cereal, and I don't know if you've ever had it, but if you like chocolate and you like sugar like I do, then you're gonna love this one. I swear that the blend is just a little bit different than what it was from when I was growing up, but that's okay, it's still great. I'm actually surprised to see this stuff. I've come across it here and there, but I don't buy this often. I think that's why I like it, because I just have it on occasion, you know, maybe once a year or something, to remind myself of why I liked it so much, because it has, like I said, that chocolatey taste, where most cereals to me are like sugar. They're not so much of that chocolatey flavor, which I can eat a lot of chocolate, I think, compared to most people. So yeah, if you're trying to take on this final stage, just eat the box of cereal, use as much or as little milk as you want. I'm gonna go have it in bowls instead of a big gigantic bowl. See how long it takes. If I'm just enjoying it and I'm not rushing, not under the clock, probably somebody could beat me in one of these different, say, events or trials, little trial runs of a box of cereal. So easy enough to get, right? Cheap enough to get. And that's the best part about this one, is it was a cheap challenge. It was under $10 for the cereal. If you got one specifically you've done and that's better than these ones, I'd love to hear about it. Please comment below. And if you'd like to take one on together, say go duos, trios, go against me, go with me, it doesn't really matter. This whole series is about bringing others in. So if it's something you're interested in, please share something, please say something, like the video if you thought it was pretty different and interesting. That's kind of what I'm here to do, is kind of spin this a little bit different than most food challenges. You know, just have some fun with food, and that's it, fun with food and fitness. So that's it for this episode. Till the next episode, take care, peace out.